We are where we are because of political decisions.
True.
ANC, EFF, DA, none of them have delivered on what they said they were going to do.
So guys, welcome to Growth Point, and I'm excited to be coming in your spaces. And today I'm with David Weideman, and we are talking all things life, business, family, politics, country. David, welcome to Growth Point.
Thank you, Q. It's a pleasure to be here.
Awesome. So what have you been up to the last few months?
Sure. Business or personal?
Both.
Or is there a difference? Q, it's about, for me, you know me, it's about making the world a better place, and particularly for us. So I've slowly but surely gotten more of an interest in what we do today, how's it going to impact the future. So I've developed a small interest that's getting bigger and bigger in the future.
Oh wow. I love that. He's a man with a plan.
I'm a man with a plan, or plans.
Fantastic. So we're talking about voting. We're talking about voting. Is it a privilege? Is it an honor, or is it a mandate? Your thoughts?
Sure. Voting is a responsibility.
I like that.
It's a responsibility. I don't think voting is an honor or any of those things. It's a responsibility. Because voting takes us to where we would like to go. So for me, voting is part of a bigger plan. So do you have a vision, an idea of where you want to go in the future? And if you have that, what are you doing about it to get there? So what's the vision and what are the plans to get us there? And voting is one of the ways that we get to what we want in the future. So voting is a responsibility.
Oh wow. Wow. So in a couple of months' time, April 2024, we are going back to the polls. And is it a good idea to do that?
Well, let me answer that with a question. If you don't vote and things don't turn out the way you would like them to turn out for you in your life, is it a good thing to vote, or is it a bad thing to vote? Or is it a good thing not to vote? You know, the last elections, 14 million people didn't even bother to vote.
Yes.
But look at the state of the country at the moment. If we get 5%, if we get an additional 5 million people to vote, we can change the country. Now think about that. If we can get 5 million more people to vote, we'll change the country.
Wow. I'm going to throw a spanner into the works. So are we voting for a person, or are we voting for a what?
That's a good question. Because when you look at, in essence, what we're voting for is we're voting for our future.
Yes.
That's what we're voting for. And we can unpack that, because if it's not just about me. So their vision, so their vision versus a 20-year-old's vision, or a 25-year-old's vision, or a 35 is vastly different. Vastly different. So do I vote? Who do I vote for? Who do I vote for? I vote for a vision. But the point is, we still have an electoral system that says I've got to vote for a political party, notwithstanding the fact that the Constitutional Court said we've got to change the system to allow me to vote for people.
Yes. Wow. So is it not important then in this case to begin to understand the manifestos of each political party? What do they stand for? What are their vision? Not just that. Bring them to account the last 4 years.
Yeah.
What did they say last 4 years? What were the promises? How many of those promises have been fulfilled thus far? Yeah. Is it not important to look at, as much as we don't have a say in their representative, but we have a say in terms of what do they stand for?
Absolutely. We don't have a unique situation in South Africa. Let's compare ourselves to the United States. And it doesn't really matter, but let's compare ourselves to the United States. And the reason I compare to them is they've got two big political parties. And in the States, if you were born red, then you vote red.
Yeah.
And if you're born blue, you vote blue. End of the discussion.
Yeah.
And it's, for most of the history of America, it's been like that. You look at South Africa, it's the same. People voted for this party, and then their children voted for that party, and so on and so on. So today we have an environment where people will say, I will not vote for that party anymore because I don't buy into what they say anymore. But I also won't vote for anybody else. Because if I can't vote for them, I'll vote for nobody else.
Wow.
So you punish that party by saying, I'm not going to vote for them. But then that's punishment. That's just saying, okay, I'm not going to vote for you, but I'm also not going to vote for anybody else, which by default says, I'm okay with you. I don't have to worry. But what we need to do is vote against them. Now, your very important question is, okay, who do I vote for? Well, it's not the who, it's the what that I vote for.
Yeah.
And right now, in my experience, the majority of people don't vote for the picture. They don't equip themselves with the information to say, okay, party one, what do they say?
Yeah.
And what have they done? Party two, same thing. Party three, same thing. We don't do that. Now, we've got a few new parties, and every election we've got new parties. And people say, no, you can't vote for them, because if you vote for them, then you're going to detract from here. But here's the thing I've learned as well. People don't understand how voting works in South Africa. They don't understand the representation of what does it mean to get one vote or one seat or whatever the case is. So they don't understand it. So the first thing is, excuse me, people need to understand. We've got to equip ourselves to say, what does my vote mean?
Yeah.
Because your vote is extremely important, but people say, no, it's just one vote. When you understand how the voting system works, you begin to understand how important every single vote is. So now, again to your question, because whether we like it or not, we are where we are because of political decisions.
True.
That's it. We can't get away from that. Political decisions. So when I vote for somebody, I've got to equip myself with the voting. How does it work? And then secondly, find out what is it that these people are saying that they will do, and then backtrack them. Now, ANC, EFF, DA, none of them have. Now, what about the new guys? Why would I vote for a new political party? I'm not going to vote for a new political party. I'm going to vote for the party and the person that I say I will much rather give you a chance. Because here's the thing. We've given the political parties that are currently running certain things in South Africa enough time. Now all I do is I say, okay, if it's the ANC, let me compare this party to it. If it's the EFF, let me compare this. If it's the ACDP, let me compare this, etc., etc. So we need to compare.
Yes.
We put more time into buying a dress or a shirt and comparing the one product to the next than we do in determining our own future.
Wow.
I will spend more time picking shoes or a shirt or the right hairstyle than I do in terms of picking my future.
Wow.
So we've got to do that.
Wow.
We've got to sit down with ourselves and our friends and say, okay, no emotions.
Yes.
No biases. Start fresh. Who's going to give me the best chance? Who do I believe is... Who do I believe I'll put the risk in?